This is the Music Storm podcast where we discuss music from so many angles, from artists, producers, or listeners, but with the main interest with the music industry as a whole. Today we got Derek, part of, I guess,
Derek Westra.
Derek Westra. Okay, from
There
I
you go.
guess new band name or not band
New
name? I
band
don't know.
name. Yeah. So new band name, Co Komono, I believe. If we're recording this before we announce it and like finalize the band name, but like it's going to be something like that.
Hopefully it's that.
Hopefully.
We hope, but yeah, how
Like,
you doing, Derek, man?
yeah.
Like,
I'm doing good. It's Friday. Just got off work, had some pizza. My dad
nice.
makes the fucking best pizza. Amazing. Best pizza I've ever had.
Dude.
Like Santa Lucia doesn't even stand up. Nothing stands up. Best pizza.
I gotta try that pizza one day, man. You got it,
Bro, I'll have a party. Invite all you guys out. Like have my dad make like 4 pizzas up.
Dude, that would be
It's great.
amazing.
It's great.
I'm getting pizza tonight, anyways, just before I leave for
Oh,
my
nice.
trip and everything. But like, dude, homemade pizza is always the best, man.
Oh, it's so good. It's so
Right?
good. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with homemade pizza always. But some of the listeners might not know you, of course, Derek. So start off where you're
All
from
right.
and what you do, Derek, in the band, I guess, really.
Yeah, so I'm Derek Westra from Co Komono now, I guess, formerly known as Memorial Brigade.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the guitar player. We're from Winnipeg.
Winnipeg?
We play shows all the time in the local scene, and that's about it. We got an EP out called Fall of the Marginal. We're working on another full length, I guess, there. And yeah, that's about it.
Ooh, full length. Oh, I'm excited for that. Dang.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Ooh.
Completely like a complete new sound. Complete new sound too.
Oh. Well, yeah. I know you guys have been hinting on like the mathcore kind of sense.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Is this gonna be like that?
Oh yeah. Okay, so we're calling this bummercore.
Bummer.
Bummercore. All right, we're starting a new genre here. Okay, that term was coined by our bass player Nick, of course. If you don't know Nick, he's the guy with all the fucking crazy ideas in our band. He came up with both the names that like Memorial Brigade at first. He came up with Co Komono. We've been sitting on that for like a couple of years now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Nick and I were going to start a Midwest emo band at one point right before COVID, and then we just decided to use those songs.
Midwest emo
for
band?
Memorial.
I wanted to hear this now. Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
You got to start this project now. I want to see this Midwest emo band.
Well, okay, so what we did basically was take the songs that we wrote together, like the Midwest emo vibe, and we turned it mathcore. So now it's like a mathcore and deathcore mixed with Midwest emo. So like if your listeners know, I guess Hopscotch Battle Scars are a new band on the scene, right? Mm-hmm. Shout out to them. They're fantastic. You take them, you mix them with Mobo, and that's what we're trying to do.
We're going to hear Jordan scream. Oh, God. This is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
This is
Jordan's learning how to scream.
Yo. Okay.
It's going to be nuts.
This is going to be insane. I'm excited to hear her scream now. Damn. Well, you guys as well, because you guys do backups and everything, too. So
now we're going to have to. We're going to have to learn. Like, I can't sing at all.
Oh, great.
I've tried. I'm so bad, but like, I can do like AC/DC style, like backup vocals and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would I guess be like, instead of Hopscotch Battle Scars and everything, but like who would be, I guess, really the main influence, I guess, with the new genre and the new name and everything, I guess. Well,
okay. So I would say, like, again, Mobo, big influence. Other guys like Hot Mulligan, Hospital Bracelet, stuff like that. Mixed with like Slaughter to Prevail, Knocked Loose and stuff like that. So like Midwest emo, heavy ass breakdowns put together in like beautiful fashion. Because like everybody that listens to like mathcore and stuff like that, right? Everybody that listens to deathcore, almost all of them also listen to this new like Midwest emo sound too. And then everybody that listens to that new Midwest emo sound also don't mind the screams and stuff. Like you listen to like Free Throw
Yeah.
with their song 2 Beers In, and it's just screams for half of it, right? They're just screaming,
I don't mind
which is a
screaming.
great song,
It's
right?
great. Yeah, like I love the balance of screaming and just singing in general, but like if
Yeah.
there's that in general with a band and everything, then it works
Yeah.
out, you know?
Yeah,
Most of the time.
exactly, right?
But then you have the odd person that's into deathcore and that, then sure, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm into that stuff. I mean, you can see that one of the this guy right here.
Oh yeah.
Um Leprosy by Death. Death is one of my main influences, like the OG death metal band. Like I love them. What's the album called? Oh, it's their last album.
I don't know
I
it.
forget.
So I can't help you.
It's my one of my favorite albums, and I'm blanking on it right now. It's really good. He's crazy. He was crazy. He died of like, I don't know, brain cancer or something back in 04. Yeah, rest in peace, Chuck. But yeah, so I'm into all that stuff too.
Yeah, I was gonna actually ask you about like your influences in like music in general, I guess, Derek. I guess as a guitar player, like who are you like your favorite guitar players and influences and everything in that as well?
Well, I'm a weird guy that way, because again, you got Death, I got Harvest Moon by Neil Young there. I got Giant Steps by John Coltrane there. Right there.
Wide
Nice,
variety right there.
I know, right? Weird taste in music. I'm like into everything from prog all the way to death metal, anything with a heavy ass breakdown that you can bang your head to, all the way to like the rock stuff like on the radio. I dig.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah. Some folk, Midwest emo, all that stuff. Anything with a good songwriter.
yeah.
Because I think songwriting is the most important thing,
Well, yeah.
right?
Well, yeah.
If you're
Songwriting, I guess. I don't know.
right, you can be like the best musician ever, right? You can play the fastest guitar licks, all that stuff. But if you're not a good songwriter, no one's going to listen to you, right?
Yeah. Well,
So be a good songwriter first, and then people are going to listen to you.
and also have your tunes actually be good too. That's the
Yeah,
other
exactly,
thing.
right?
Yeah, you could be a good songwriter, but not make good tunes. Like that's
Yeah,
the main
fair enough.
thing. Do you do
The good
like,
tunes.
do you do songwriting? I guess a lot on spare time. Do you help with the band with writing and everything, or?
Oh yeah, I do my parts. I right now, all I got here is my acoustic guitar. I do most of my writing there. Yeah, we're playing in like new tunings, so we're playing in like open F right now, open C or C over G, and what's the other one? Open B, which is like drop B,
Drop beat,
but with open tuning.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm basically learning that.
Okay.
I'm basically learning all these new tunings and how to play in them and stuff. So that's what I'm focusing on right now. Skelly, the guitar player, he's doing a lot of writing because he really likes that the heavy stuff, the low tunings and all that. So he's chugging away doing some crazy stuff, and I'm having to learn it all.
Is it hard for you, I guess, to learn that? I guess the hard of this new tuning, new guitar progression, and all these chords and everything that you've never heard of.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Is it hard?
It is pretty hard. I'm not going to lie. Because at least the way I play, I memorize the fretboard, right? So I memorize all the shapes, all the scales and stuff, and I practice them and I practice them. I did that for years in standard, right? Now drop B or whatever, that's like okay, it's not that terrible, it's not that different. But you get into like open F and open C over G, and the fretboard's completely different. Now you changed all the notes on the fretboard.
Damn.
And you got to relearn how to play that and all that stuff. So it's a lot more of listening to the tune by ear rather than like using music theory, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know guitar. Well, I did guitar in school for like one semester, and then
Fair
I
enough.
forgot it. But then I did trombone for a couple of years, so I kind of know a little.
Trombone's freaking awesome. I
Dude,
love trombone.
I love trombone. It was fun. It just the little slider, boom, boom, boom. You know, it
Just
was
going
fun.
nuts, right?
Yeah, we made a lot of jokes. It was fun. It was fun.
Oh
The
yeah.
trombone
Oh yeah.
players are always the greatest people, but
It's always the bass players that are the craziest, right?
there's the drummers too. There's the drummers.
Oh, drummers too.
Yeah.
Drummers too.
You have the odd, weird lead singer too. You have those, but I don't think this band has that. I think. We
Just making fun of Jordan here,
no.
or the Liam?
No,
What's going on? What's going on?
Listen, we're good. I hope they don't hear this. Then this could
No,
be
no,
awkward.
no. They're all cool. They're all cool.
Yeah, they're a cool bunch.
Everybody
of
has their
individuals.
quirks. Everybody in the band. It's
Okay. What are your quirks then?
my quirks.
Yeah. What are your quirks?
Well, personally, I really like politics, so I can get a little feisty that way. I got a political podcast actually called The Canadian Perspective. Shameless plug right there.
Good plug. Good plug.
Hey. And so I like talking about that stuff. I also am very like analytical, like just how I think. So like with music theory, I'm pretty like on point with remembering things that some of the other guys don't. Not that I'm always right. Sometimes I am wrong. Skelly is he just plays good things. That's like all he does is play good riffs, and then we use them. Nick comes up with all the crazy ideas. He's that guy. He likes to joke around. Never is not joking around.
Yeah, I know. Nick.
yeah, you know Nick.
Yeah.
You know Nick. And Jordan's just there trying to have a good time, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
I didn't mention Liam
Yeah,
there.
we
Liam's
didn't-
just
Yeah, Liam. I was just like, yeah, where's Liam at?
Liam's just chilling. He's the guy in the back that's like smoking weed a bit too high and just he's going to get mad at me for saying that, but
Whoa, let's put it in. Screw it.
screw it. I don't care. It's all good. It's all
in
good.
the podcast, you know.
I'll cast shade to the fellow band members.
Then we're gonna have an individual podcast with each and every single one of them, and then they're just gonna throw shade at every single member, and then that's the best part.
That's okay. That's okay. I'll
Hey,
let it slide.
More podcasts out of
Exactly. It's all about
Podcast.
content, right?
Hey, what?
It's all about content, right?
Exactly. That's the content in this day and age. You gotta,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
gotta throw shade. You know. So let's go to the very beginning, Derek. Okay.
Okay.
From you in general, like what got you into
Okay.
music, like playing guitar and everything. Like what made you be like, yo, I want to be a guitar player. You know?
Well, okay. So my personal story, I was like, I've always liked guitar. Like from a young kid, like I always wanted to be like a musician type thing. I remember like listening to Iron Maiden and stuff with my dad in the car, singing along. One of my earliest memories was I used to do karate, right? So I'm driving home from karate with my dad, and we're singing along to Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden. So that's something that always like stayed with me and all that. So I was always into music that way. And then I started playing, and I didn't really get serious into like practicing and stuff, learning how to play guitar until probably grade 8. So I guess I was 13 years old. I started at like, I don't know, 9 years old or something like that. So I was like 13. First performance was like my grade 8 graduation, you know. I did not do well at all. But that kicked my ass, and I started learning how to actually play. And then fast forward a couple years, I'm able to like do like sweeping. If for the guitar players out there that know what that is, I was practicing some Jason Becker licks and stuff like that. I had one musician friend. His name's actually he's my co-host for my podcast. So his name's Cole. We used to play back and forth. He was always like one step ahead of me, which also helped push me just to get better and better and practice more and stuff like that. So we still play to this day occasionally and stuff like that. But I was always like, I need to find some more musicians to play with, right? Makes sense. If you want to be in a band, you got to find people to be in a band with, right? So I went to music school, basically. So I went to this place called the Music Cellar. And
Maybe heard of it. I don't know. Maybe.
yeah, it's right off of St. Anne's. I think it's
Oh,
yeah,
maybe.
it's definitely still
Yeah.
open.
Okay. Yeah.
It was run at that time by a couple, David and Brenda, who are just fantastic, super supportive. They still come out and support us at our shows and stuff like
Oh, that's
that, all the big
awesome.
events and stuff. And they're great. And yeah, so I went there. They had a program. I forget what it was called, but basically they put you into bands, like they put their students into bands and like they would put on a show at the end of the year, right? And so I started that. I was with the band. We did a couple things. We did one show and then just with the school, and then we did another show outside of the school at the Forks for some like disabled day. I forget what it was. It was like a run for disability or something,
So
something
cool.
like that, along those lines. And so that was fun. And then they put me in another band, and it was everybody. It was these guys, right? So it was Nick,
Oh.
Liam, and Zach. And I don't know if Jordan was in that band at the time. I don't think so.
Yeah, heck, we're
I
for
don't think she was
legally.
there yet. And so that's how I met them. Now they've been like lifelong friends for like, I don't know, since they were like
Oh,
4.
you're the outsider of the
I'm the
band.
outsider, right?
Oh,
And
this
I
is
meet
getting
them, and
interesting.
exactly, I meet them. They're 15 already. They've already spent a decade together. I'm this new guy that they've seen, and they're like, "Oh, we saw you doing sweeps at backstage at that one show, so you must be like good at guitar and stuff." So
Yeah, it's just like, okay, yeah, I could just do
yeah,
this on a regular basis. Yeah, I'm pretty good.
I'm like, no, I'm not good at guitar, but like, I'm glad you think I am. And so we started playing and stuff, and then I went to this Manitoba music program, mentorship program, and I was walking in the first day, and all of a sudden Liam comes up. I'm just like, oh, I know who you are, right? And he's like, yeah, I know who you are, right? So
Hmm.
we did that music program together, and he actually ended up showing me the first rendition of Casper that was
Oh,
recorded with one mic in one day with a couple mattresses around them,
okay.
like 15-year-olds just trying to make a demo. I'm just like, hey, I'll join your band.
Might as well.
And that was basically it.
Damn, that's
That was
insane.
the origin story.
The origin story of
Yeah.
Derek on how he
Derek
became
in Memorial Brigade,
Memorial
now
Brigade.
known as Co Komono.
Co Komono. Hopefully it's Co Komono. That's what I hope for
Hopefully,
too.
hopefully.
I hope for too. Hey,
I'm pretty sure it's set in stone. Co
what's the other
Komono.
names that you guys have thought of? If it's not that.
We so it was Memorial Brigade. What was another one? We had Dathomir for a while. We were going to do Dathomir, but that sounds like too black metal, you know?
Daphne. It sounds more girl metal too, in a
Girl
sense.
metal. Okay. Okay. I haven't thought of
Daphne,
that.
yeah, in a sense, yeah, with like
Yeah.
Daphne in the name, in a sense. Yeah,
Oh, fair enough. Fair
yeah,
enough. Like you can get that.
yeah, you can get
Um,
that.
it's actually Star Wars reference.
Oh,
So you
right,
know
right,
Darth Maul, right?
right. Yeah, I know.
Right.
I didn't think of that. Damn. Oh,
Yeah. So that was the other thing, because like Escape from Echo Base is also a Star Wars reference, right?
right.
And I'm just like, well, maybe we shouldn't have
Yeah,
like
you'll
copy the
cut
Star Wars
ties and
reference.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that would
Yeah.
be issues there.
Don't want to step on anyone's toes there, right? So
Yeah, that's with a local scene like this, you don't.
no, no. I'm
Yeah.
sure they would be cool with it. They're cool guys and stuff, but
Hmm. It is what it is,
yeah.
but
Don't want to be like the guys that copied Escape from Echo
Escape from
Base.
Echo Base. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, we copied your name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Concept of your name, right?
concept, yeah. But Derek, we gotta
Yeah.
have a little funsy with this.
Okay.
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 If you could date any musician in the world, even a celebrity, who would it be?
Unironically, Steve Vai. Steve Vai, hottest man alive. I gotta say, I've always said that if I had one gay pass, it would be Steve Vai.
My man, my man, my man.
Man's a fucking gem. He's so good. He's like so unbelievably good at guitar. It's like I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Like have you listened to Passion and Warfare
I don't
by Steve
think
Vai?
so. I don't think so. No.
Okay,
I'll do
it's
that
so
after. I'll do
good.
that after.
It's an instrumental record, but he basically makes his guitar sing throughout it. Like it's so good. Plus, like,
I don't mind.
man's a cutie, so can't go wrong.
I love your gay pass. It's a good gay pass.
It's a good gay pass, right?
Yeah, it's perfect. You gotta be LGBTQ friendly in this.
Exactly. We're
Exactly.
a LGBTQ plus band. I don't even know what the other guys are, but like I
Oh,
know
I do.
Jordan's on the spectrum there. I'm on the spectrum.
Oh, I did
Uh
not even know that. Wow.
yeah,
Oh,
we're thinking of using that a little bit just to like connect a little bit more with our fans and stuff.
yeah.
But we haven't got into that. But yeah,
That's cool. That's good to know
yeah,
actually for like
yeah.
that like you don't notice that actually much in like music and well it's more of
It
solo
depends.
well
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
bands in general you don't notice that much but like
Yeah.
in like general with solo acts and everything yeah but like
Yeah. When
yeah
people are
that's
talking about like their own story and stuff like that, and a little bit more of a personal, intimate vibe to their sets and like just their artistry, like their image, they talk about that a little bit more. You don't really see that too much in bands, I guess. Like you can take like the Rolling Stones. Like I'm pretty sure Mick Jagger was like a bi dude back in the day
yeah
doing his thing, and you don't really hear about that, right? He doesn't talk about it
true
at
well
all.
a lot of these bands and artists just don't because it's very critical in the music industry and if
Yeah,
they screw
yeah.
them up and everything and then they're not going to get shown or get played in shows and it's just
Yeah, yeah.
it
Back in the
sucks.
day, it was it was a big deal back then, right? I mean, you're not going to not play Freddie Mercury though, just because he's gay or whatever, right? So
Well, back in the day, yeah,
also
but
back in the day, right? Because yeah, he was just too big, or like David Bowie or someone like that, right?
mm, you never know. Maybe it'd be like, yo, I turned out to be that, and then they just
Yeah,
don't play. That'd be an
fair enough.
issue. um. So what? I guess what's really like the writing process like with the band? I guess let's go back on that.
Okay, the
So like,
writing
how's it like?
process.
Like, do you guys do anything like special? Anything at all?
Yeah, we each take a shot of pure alcohol before we play. Smoke two bowls, take two bowls from the bong, and high five, do a 5 minute prayer, and comes out a song. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, someone just comes in with a riff, and we just work on it.
We just
Really,
do it right now.
yeah. No, there's no ritual or anything like that. We just like, hey, are we writing tonight? And then everybody's just like, yeah, sure, whatever, works for me.
Okay.
We go in, we have a song, or someone comes in with a riff. We work on that. If it's good, we keep it. If it's bad, we say that's bad and we cut it out. Pretty simple, nothing too
Okay.
crazy. We tried to keep egos out of it because egos aren't aren't the greatest in the writing process, especially if you're telling someone you don't like their piece that they wrote. But
Well, yeah, true. And everyone has their own story on what their piece is and everything. Like, I know a
yeah,
couple bands in the
exactly.
scene and everything have their different like stories and their different like based on what they think a meaning for a song is. Like, I've been watching a couple bands and that
Yeah,
and it's good to have different stories of every single band member for a different kind
yeah,
of song and that, and you put your
yeah,
little mindset to it, and I love it. I love hearing about that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Well, the cool thing about us too is that everybody listens to like different music, right?
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit more, I lean more on the prog side. Liam leans more on like the grunge side, like the Dave Grohl type stuff. Zach is all about breakdowns and low tunings, and that's about it. And Nick is all about like that tasty Midwest emo type
Dark
songwriting and
stuff.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. And Jordan is all about like musicals and stuff. So she's been in musicals and all that. And so like everybody kind of brings their own creative juices together.
Yeah.
And that's what the sound is really.
Hey,
That's what comes out.
I want to see a dance member from you guys now because she's into musicals. We needed to see a dance member from you
You know
guys
what?
now.
I had an idea a long time ago about writing an album, like basically writing a musical, but just a full like concept album of it, and then being
Oh,
able to perform it like that. I think that would be super cool,
dude.
but also super hard
Well,
to
yeah, that'll
like
be
write. I don't
hard,
know
but
if
it'll
I
be
could do
cool.
that, but I think that would be a cool concept.
Yeah. Well, going off
Yeah.
of that, like, would you ever go do solo stuff or work with other bands at all in the scene or anything? Like, have you
Oh
thought about
yeah,
that?
I totally would. definitely.
Okay.
I was in this weird, like, I don't know, funk band, wedding band thing for a while. That fell through. I know the other guys in the band, Nick, Liam, and Zach, they're playing with Tuva, right?
Okay.
You know who Tuva is?
I've heard the name. I don't know who that is.
Okay, she's a great songwriter. She's in more in the indie scene than like the pop punk scene, but she comes out to all our shows. We love her. She's great and everything. And the guys played for her. They're her backup band. So they're doing that. I think Liam and Nick are permanent members of that band
Oh, weren't they?
now.
Didn't they do a show with them in Halloween and that? Was that the one?
Yeah, yeah, and they all
Okay.
wore Velma
Yeah, the
costumes.
Velma stuff. Okay, that was them?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically shows
Okay.
that, right? And I think Nick and Liam are permanently in that band. Not entirely sure. I don't want to speak for them or
Yeah,
anything like
right.
that. I know Zach is auditioning for one of the other bands in the scene, so we're branching out a little bit. But
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Memorial Brigade or Co Komono now is going to be the main focus for all of
Well,
us.
yeah, I hope so
Definitely.
for you guys at least. And just
Oh yeah.
knowing from you guys, like, I really hope so. I don't want to see anything break up for you guys. I'm like, damn, it's been.
No, that's not in the books yet. We
Yes.
got at least 4 more full length albums and collaborations that we gotta do first before we can even think about breaking up.
Well, what kind of collaborations are you guys thinking of here? That's
Well,
what I
that's
want to
that's
know.
a top secret. That's top secret. We're going to be working on that for the next while.
Come on, you gotta leak one thing,
I'll
man.
come back on the podcast and I'll announce it
Okay.
when
Like we
about a
did
year
with the
from
name, we
now.
announced it.
Yeah, exactly, right. I don't want to give away too much of the secrets because it's going to be crazy. It's going to be so crazy what we got planned coming up.
New music, my guy.
New music,
New
okay.
music.
Where are you going with this?
When's a new single? When's a new album? When's
New
the new
single,
music
new
dropping?
album?
New single,
Oh.
something new from you guys. There has to be something new in the works.
Well, okay. We have basically what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 new songs written that are not recorded.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we're trying to get to 12, and then we're going to start doing the recording process. We got a guy, his name's Mikey as well.
Let's go.
Hey,
Hey.
he's great. He did our EP. He does sound for like the Jets and Bombers or
Oh,
something like that. Like
cool.
he's in the industry there,
Okay.
and so he's fantastic. Has his own production company and stuff. And then got a mastering guy, Andrew, from I forget his company name too. He's done work with countless people. Like he was doing sound with one of the famous actor. I can't remember names. That's my
Oh,
biggest
that's
flaw. I can't remember
that's a big
names, but
flaw. Damn. I
that was a
didn't know.
crazy story. Nick would know.
Mm.
Nick would know who that is, but yeah, he's done some amazing work on like Hollywood movies and stuff. And
Hmm. That's
yeah,
a
so
cool.
we got a team there that we're doing. We're in talks with some other people about doing some one-off recordings here
Okay.
and there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I hope for that kind of stuff. Like I know for artists and everything that they say,
yeah,
oh yeah, they have written stuff and everything. They have it all
yeah,
set in stone, but there's always the off chance in studio, oh, it just doesn't sound right or doesn't mix well. That's why
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. That's the
I hope
biggest
you
thing,
guys have
right?
a lot of stuff in store because it's like, yo, okay, we have 12 tracks and everything. Oh, it
Yeah,
just doesn't sound great in studio. Oh, we have maybe like 2 tracks now.
yeah. Fair enough. I think we're pretty good with that. We practice these songs so much and we revise them so much just in the writing process and over time, just like playing shows, seeing what works and what doesn't work. We're
Yeah.
usually pretty good. Like with our EP that we released, it was pretty cool because we
Mhm.
just went into the studio and it was like all good.
Oh, just all good. Okay.
It was like, well, all those songs were like they were at least cohesive, right? That was more so pop punk and
Yeah.
stuff. We changed the sound of what we're going for. So now, again, I explained this before. Like you
Yeah.
got the deathcore, you got the mathcore, a little bit of easy core, mixed
which I'm
with other
excited.
stuff, completely different from like the pop punk stuff, right?
Well, yeah, which will be interesting with you guys going
Oh yeah.
more in the local scene aspect of things because you'll be working with a lot more of the hardcore bands and everything, which would be
Yeah,
interesting to see
yeah.
that
So we're
too.
trying to we got a show coming up December 10th. I don't know if this is going to be out or by then or not.
Yeah.
But like we're playing with like Av, I believe, at the moment,
Hmm.
Low Life and Brotherhood, I think.
Oh, Brotherhood and Co.
Yeah,
Oh,
Brotherhood and Co.
yeah, you
And
guys
so
are
that's
going
going to
again.
be a good
Nice.
one. We're pro shotting that, so we're going to have some content out.
Ooh,
So
ooh.
we will have some recordings of the new songs, I guess, from there that will be out that we'll be able to release.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go. Finally, finally, new music. Finally.
new music, hey.
Yay! Finally, it's
We'll
been
have
so
like
long.
8 new songs. I think we're aiming for having 4 new tunes that we haven't played live yet, and cutting out some of the old ones that we're like sick of playing.
This is gonna be jam packed that night. Damn.
Yeah, yeah, we're going to try to get it jam packed. 4 bands, pro shot, try and get everybody go crazy. Like it's
I
going to
want to
be a fun night.
see some death circles.
Hell yeah, we'll do like a wall of death or whatever.
Dude. Okay. I just envision right now you,
Yep.
one of the other guys in the pit or whatever. Someone's just jamming out in the middle, and then they're just everyone's circling around
Everybody's
you.
running around. I should totally get wireless because we got to do
Ah,
that one day. Just
that'd be
hop
so
into
fun.
like the crowd and start playing in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like that would be awesome.
Dude,
That would
that'd
be
be
so
so
cool.
good. That'd be so
Yeah.
good. I'd love to see that. One day. One day.
Jordan does that stuff. Like she's so good with the stage presence that
Mhm.
way. Like we just played emo night on
Mhm.
the 28th, I think. You were there, right?
Yeah, I was there
You
taking
did
photos,
photos,
bro.
right?
Yeah.
Which
What do you
looked
think? I
so
wasn't
good. Yeah, exactly.
there?
And
Yeah.
you remember like Jordan, like we started the song, Jordan came through the crowd and stuff,
Mm.
came on stage, set the mood,
Yeah.
and she had the crowd like in the palm of her hand, basically. She would move from one side of the stage to the other side of the
Yeah.
stage,
I think
and the crowd would literally follow her.
I think
And
that
I
was her
found that
best
like
night
so
for doing
cool.
that actually, because
Yeah.
getting engaging with the crowd and everything, well, it
Yeah.
worked well,
It
honestly.
worked really well. She's like, I don't know, she's like so good at that. I don't understand how.
Hey, now you guys need to do some engagement with the crowd. Your guitar player, be like the
Yeah.
bass, boom, boom, boom.
Well, the funny thing was the guys wanted to do the Paramore flip, right? Do you know what that is?
I forget what it is again. Remind
Okay.
me. Remind me.
Okay, so it's when one of the guys goes down and the other guy flips over their back. So it kind of looks like they're doing a barrel roll in the air
Oh, okay. So
off the other
one's
guy's
on the
back.
back, and then one goes. Oh, okay, that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
do that in like time with the song and stuff. There's a pause. They do that and they hit the chord on the way down. So they were practicing that for a while, but we did not have enough space on that stage to
Yeah,
do the
dude,
Paramore
that was a
flip.
bad stage to do that. I know this.
Yeah, that was
bad.
very tight.
You should do this in what is it? Bankside would not work.
Bankside was also kind of small.
Yeah. If you guys do play next year, I don't know if they do host it. Fusion Fest. They do that. That's a big stage.
Okay.
That's a very
Okay.
big stage.
Word.
Check out if they're gonna do that next year. If not, but it's at Hill.
Yeah, that's
Hill's-
a big festival too, eh?
Dude, it was jam packed. I was there the whole
Yeah.
entire weekend. It was jam packed, a lot of bands, but that stage is probably the biggest that any local scene has seen. Period.
Yeah,
Here.
yeah,
But
fair enough.
be fun.
Like I definitely want to play like as many festivals as I can.
oh yeah, I bet. Like,
Yeah,
what
with
are
the
your
band.
dream festivals that you want to go to?
Dream festivals? Literally
shows as well.
anything. um I would love to play like the Burton Cummings Theater,
Yeah.
like sold out with our own fans, like that type of
Yeah.
like size of theater. I would love to do that.
That'd be-
Also, like touring with like a touring festival for like a couple months. That would be awesome. I mean, we actually played the Burton Cummings Theater a while ago, but it was like for like this don't do drugs school thing.
Oh.
So I had to do a speech in front of like 800 kids that were forced to be there. So I don't count it as like a real playing
Well,
the
yeah,
bird
that don't
experience,
count. That
right?
doesn't count. Yeah.
But I did like a speech in front of them being like, hey, don't do drugs. drugs are bad. We're responsible with that stuff. We
Yeah.
don't do crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, you gotta be at some point, and you gotta have fun with it too. Like
Yeah,
you can't-
exactly, right.
And life's too short to have not fun. You know, that's
Yeah.
the main thing. But
It's just about being
Mhm.
safe, really.
oh yeah,
I promote safe drug use.
safe drug.
I promote safe drug use. Test your drugs. Always test your drugs.
Don't take them and test them.
Well, okay. How about this? If you're able to get drugs that you knew were safe, like 100% what you wanted to take,
Yeah,
like regulated safe,
mm-hmm.
and then you were able to test them yourself, how bad would drugs really be at that point? If you knew how to take them and you knew the actual dose you were taking them in and you knew it wasn't laced.
But your first time, you wouldn't know.
First time you wouldn't know, but you would have instructions on how to take them for your first time and how to not die.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice, right? I might even try some of like the Coke or whatever, but like personally, that's a personal thing.
I know.
I don't do that right now because I don't know whatever is in there, right? So like fentanyl and stuff killing people, like that's like terrible.
That's pretty bad. That's not in the agenda for the band's partake as well as yourself. That's no. No,
we do not support that or illegal behavior. However, test your drugs if you are going to do them.
Test your drugs. That's the band's motto at this point. I would love
I'm
that.
sure
motto.
The band would agree with me there.
That would be a good motto. You go on stage, test your drugs.
If you're doing drugs tonight, make sure you test them first. Don't do fentanyl, kids. Yeah, that goes along with my my political stuff right there. I get into that stuff. I'm fine with like talking about all that. I'm going to get canceled one of these days for saying stuff like that.
Oh yeah. This will be fun. This will be fun one of these days.
It's okay. I'll defend my stance there. It's all good. I've already said it on my other podcasts, like my whole stance with drugs and stuff. I personally, this is a personal thing, and I'm not speaking on behalf of the band here, but I think all drugs should be legal. And I think you should have safe injection sites, and they should be taxed and regulated.
Fair point.
I think that's the safest way to do it.
It's good.
Because people are going to do drugs anyways.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, don't do drugs. But if you do, test them.
Yeah, just test them. But going back on like I guess touring, I guess. Like does the band have any plans on like you think soonish to tour out of province, you think, with another band locally or anything in general, you think?
So basically our plan right now is we're talking to we're in talks with a management company. We're not getting like a manager or anything. We're not that big, but we're just getting a little bit of help, a little bit of guidance to like help us out with planning a tour and stuff like that, as well as like recording and all that stuff, getting grants. And our plan right now is next summer, I believe we want to be able to head out to Quebec. And we have a couple of connections in Quebec. I believe Nick's sister is out there right now. She knows a couple people that can put on shows for us, promoters and stuff like that. So we might do that in the summer, I believe. Hopefully we'll have a couple singles out by then, you know, build some hype, go out there, do a week-long tour, a couple shows. Come back, do a couple shows.
Please hit me up if you need a photographer for Quebec.
Of course, Mikey.
That'll be pretty dope.
Of course, Mikey. We got you.
Yeah. That'll be dope. That's my dream of mine, actually. I love to tour with a band. Like literally, that's my dream for photography.
Oh, that would be awesome.
With a band.
I like if we're able to tour and we have like a little bit of a budget and stuff, like bringing along a photographer, meeting new bands, all that stuff. Like it's literally a dream of ours.
Well, even then, like I always tell this, like I've even talked to local scene for bands. Like honestly, for me, as like I know you guys are local and everything, you guys don't have amazing budget or whatever. Yeah. As long as man can eat, sleep, we're good. I don't need crazy budget, you know? That's the thing. Yeah. So
us too, like we were talking about like buying a band van.
Oh
and being
right.
able buying a trailer and building our own like enclosed U-Haul,
Ooh.
insulate
Oh.
it ourselves and stuff, do it the cheapest like
Yo, that'd be
DIY way,
sick.
and then yeah, have all our gear in the back, sleep in the van, and tour.
That'd be smart.
Just tour for like months on end.
That'd be
That's
smart.
harder than it it
Oh
sounds,
yeah,
because
right.
you know jobs and everything, but
Well, I know a couple bands. Like I know like one local band, Northern Royals. They just bought
yeah.
actually like a brand new van and everything. They've talked about that and everything. They want a tour of
Okay.
that. So it's like a band. They have a full entire like nice cozy van with actual like um a toilet and everything, that kind of stuff, a little
Oh
sink and
damn.
everything. So
Almost like a RV, eh?
yeah, kind of like an RV, but it's not. It's just a big van. So they're
Okay.
gonna hitch also, I think, a trailer with all their equipment and everything, and then just sleep, of course, in that van.
Okay.
And then there's
That's
also like
awesome.
one band that I photographed like I think 2 years ago. That was Bad Omens, and they have a good old big lawn van, which is
Oh yeah.
typical like tour vans that you see, the big
Yeah.
white
Yeah.
van and that and everything. And they have like a
Bands with a
little
budget.
trailer kind of budget kind of thing
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
So basically get a van at this point and a
That
little
would be
trailer.
so nice.
Yeah.
Like having like one of those full
Yeah, it's like a 12
tour
or
vans.
not a 12 person.
Like
Is it like
bus.
a 7 person van? I'm
Okay.
thinking 6 person, 9 person. I forget how many. It was like one,
Not too
two,
bad.
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, maybe 8, maybe 6, 8 to 6 ish people in
Eight
that
to
van.
six. Okay.
Yeah, but
I mean, that's comfortable for like a band of five. Like
yeah,
if we were touring with like a photographer and maybe like a roadie or two, like that would be 8 people right there.
yeah. Honestly, and
Get
it'd
like
be
a
really
Hutterite van or something, like one of those big ones.
The only thing is, I think what they do, they use hotels for sleep, and that's what I know for them.
Okay.
So that's the only issue. But
That would also be nice if we had a budget for hotels.
right, right.
This is
No,
like
we're gonna
this is
tent.
yeah. Everybody has to like pull out a hat for like one of the beds and stuff. But yeah, that's the thing. Like tours cost money and stuff, right? And you're not
Mhm.
working during the tour, so you're losing money personally that way as well. So it's like you need grants, you need all that stuff. You need someone to help plan it, especially if you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like we've never toured before, we've never planned a tour before. Like we need someone that helps us out that way, and that's kind of what we're looking for with this management company
And I think that'll be a
to
good
help us out
direction
that
for you
way.
guys. Like I'm
Yeah.
excited to see you guys if you guys do it,
No,
and that'll be good.
this is our dream, right? Like
Hmm.
we were talking about this stuff because this management company gave us a questionnaire. They're called Misfits Management.
Oh, I've heard of them.
It's a newer company out run by Elise Roller. I believe that's her last name. Anyways, she's fantastic. She does amazing work with musicians around the country, actually. And so she has like this little thing that to help out smaller bands that can't really afford like full-time manager. So it's like a little hour. You can basically book
Sure.
her time
Yeah.
for an hour. It's
Okay.
$100, and she kind of like helps you out, gives you advice and stuff like that. So we're hoping that kind of streamlines our all our energy into like uh, a clear path, basically,
Yeah.
to meet our goals and stuff, where we can get grants to tour, we can organize stuff like that, organize collaborations. We got lots of crazy ideas that we want to try out that is going to be scene wide, basically. Everybody's going to
Ooh.
be involved type thing.
I'm excited
So
about that. It's gonna be
yeah,
good.
that's going to be fun. Everybody's going to love that. I know that for a fact. Everybody's going to love that.
Oh yeah, like everyone, even in local scene, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, these guys are finally touring. Let's go!"
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, like going off of like management and that kind of stuff. Like
Mhm.
I know you guys are independent and everything. Do you guys think like you guys will go like I guess into a label at some point or something, or what do you think?
That depends really. Like I don't want to go into a label personally. I don't want to go into a label, especially if I know that they're going to like screw us over, right? Because you get so many like 360 deals and stuff, and they'll be like, "Oh, we'll push you, we'll make you massive, but you'll make $0."
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, well, is that worth it? Is it
Mm,
really worth it at
do
that point?
you want fame? That's the real question that you gotta
Yeah.
ask yourself as a band as
Do
well.
you
Like,
yeah. Do you
mhm.
want the fame and not the money, or do you want to like be able to pay your bills? And
Or what you could do, which hypothetically you don't
yeah,
have to
yeah.
take my consideration because I'm just an average music listener and probably a dumb person for saying
Well,
this,
same
but
here.
yeah,
Same
it's
here. No
same here,
judgment.
but no judgment here. Take a record label that will make you fame and fortune, not fortune, fame for maybe how long are contracts usually? Maybe 2 to 3 year contract, or maybe
Okay.
one
Like
album
a couple
cycle,
album. Yeah, one album site.
1 or 2
Yeah.
album cycle, and then drop them. Go independent again.
Yeah.
Basically,
Like that's another option, really. It all depends on the contract, right?
that too.
So if
That too.
if I can like basically make money selling tickets and selling merch, I'd be happy and they can own the music. Or if they want a 360, I'd probably say no to that. But if it's like a 360 deal, they're going to push us and stuff, and they and it's just for one album, then I'd be open to that
Yeah.
too. But then again, like when you get into these things, like they can shelf you.
Yeah.
And then in the contract, there's like you're not out of the contract until the album's released, and they just don't release the album. So you have to like
You're stuck.
you're
Yeah.
stuck. The band's done. Basically, they
Mhm.
just screwed you over. And that's happened
Mhm.
to so many bands like in the past where they just get their album shelved. They get signed, everything's going good. They have so much momentum, and then they get shelved and then it's over.
You gotta find the right record
Right.
company and record label, and
Yeah,
you just have to find
exactly.
the right people in general to do that.
That's hard to do too. And like no one's looking for that stuff in the Winnipeg scene either. You got to
No,
go to like Montreal, Toronto. You got to go to LA
Vancouver.
and stuff, Vancouver as well. I
Mm-hmm.
think what was it, the Treble Band?
Trouble
I
band.
think they went to LA. They started playing a couple shows here and there in LA, and they eventually got signed
Oh,
down there.
cool. Yeah,
I'm
I.
pretty sure that's what happened.
That's cool. I think you
Yeah.
guys should like travel out. Well, of course, touring and everything, but like, I
Yeah.
don't think Canada wise. I generally think like even then, like America wise, that you guys should
Yeah.
like LA. I think even Ohio has a good scene that you guys
Oh
can check
yeah,
out.
Ohio, like that's the whole Midwest
Yeah.
emo place, right? Ohio, you
Hmm.
got Michigan, you got like
Chicago and that.
Albany and
Yeah.
all those, Chicago.
Hmm.
Like that whole area is just like littered with
Yeah.
amazing bands. Just
Very good
amazing
bands.
bands and great scenes. Like Philly's popping off, like
Yeah.
has been recently. They got like Hospital Bracelet and stuff there. Just amazing bands.
A lot of bands. I've been noticing from Philly in LA a little bit recently, the past couple
Yeah.
years. Yeah, like general America has been doing great, but Canada's like,
Yeah.
we need to get better.
Yeah, we we don't have that many people out there. We got like our main ones, Drake and the Beebs.
That's pop.
Those guys are doing good, but like other than that, Mariana's Trench isn't doing too much.
No numbers anymore. Headley's
No.
canceled, you know?
Yeah, Headley's done. Who else is there? There is Tragically Hip, but the guy died, and they were only Canada famous. They weren't big anywhere
Yeah.
else, right?
I guess the only new one recently would be Spirit Box. That's the only new one.
Okay. I actually haven't heard of them.
You haven't?
No. Am I just
got an issue.
not
Got an
did I
issue.
just get canceled? I'm not a scene kid anymore.
Technically,
I just lost my badge.
Technically, in like metalcore scene and everything, like
Okay.
in heavy, consider heavy metal, but they're not
Yeah.
heavy metal scene. They're
Yeah.
popping off right now. Like they're
Okay.
basically they're what is it? Are they on a tour with? They were supposed to be on. Were they on? Silverstein, I think, possibly. They went.
Okay, yeah.
They went on a tour with Limp Bizkit. Then they got that canceled due to COVID-19. Then they're on tour, I think, with Under Oath now. I think.
Okay.
But
Okay, so yeah, they're popping off.
they're popping off right now. They just released
Okay,
a brand
yeah.
new album. They're popping. To me
That's
personally,
awesome.
the album was overhyped and everything. It was not great, but it's popular. It's pop. It's basically
Okay.
new.
People are digging it.
People are digging it,
around,
and I give
around
credit.
town.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I love that. Like anyone that makes it in the scene, it makes me happy. It makes me happy seeing that because The thing is with like especially our scene,
Yeah.
no one's treating each other as competition.
No.
It's all about growing together, I feel. Well,
It
that's like the
depends
vibe I
on
get.
what scene you go in the Winnipeg market. That
Fair enough.
also no, that depends. But
Okay, okay.
ye-
Well, from like our scene with the
with
bands that we
this
play with and
scene
stuff.
with the metal and
Yeah.
this community that I've been seeing with the metal community, yes, this is for sure like that.
Yeah, it's a lot more like, hey, we want to help each other out.
Yeah.
Let's put on shows together. I'll invite you to a show. You invite us to play at a show and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Everybody's going to everybody else's show. Everybody's digging each other's music. Like it's just a love fest for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
it's
is awesome. I love it.
Let's just bring COVID into the mix now.
Yeah, COVID was like a curveball for everybody too, right? We had
Right.
like us personally, we had a bunch of like festivals lined up. I totally forget what they were. That was like 2 years ago.
Oh.
But we had a whole bunch of festivals, a whole bunch of shows. Momentum was like starting to go, stuff. Then COVID came, everything's canceled. And then we didn't play for like 2 years together. We had a like I think 3 month a section within like March of like 2020 and
Mhm.
December of 2020 there where we were able to play a little bit, but
Yeah. I remember that.
nothing.
I was supposed to go to one of those
Nothing.
shows, but I couldn't just because time and everything. But
Yeah.
random thought process on
Yeah.
this because
Okay.
of the COVID-19ness and everything. If you guys were continue like hypothetically, if COVID-19 didn't happen and everything, would you guys still keep the name Memorial Brigade?
Probably not.
Really?
Probably not. Because I don't think anyone was really like super excited about the name Memorial Brigade. The only
Hmm.
reason why we chose it was because it was the best one that we could come up with. Like that was number one. We're terrible at coming up with other names. That's why it took like 4 years to come up with another name. And three, it was like we were always open to having a better name.
Okay.
We were always like, this is the placeholder name. We'll have this in for now. And then we just kind of went with it and forgot about it. So I'm sure we would have changed the name anyways,
Okay.
eventually.
Okay.
Now I think we're pretty certain that it's going to be dead set Co Komono. We got like branding ideas and stuff. We got merch lines all planned out. What we want to do with that, and we're going to go full on like capitalist here. Selling shirts, like not just like selling like band tees, like basically making like almost mini brand with the
Ooh.
t-shirts
Yo, I just love
rather
the name.
than
Okay, the
just
name.
merch, right?
The name feels summery, so you gotta have like some palm tree kind of merch
Oh,
appeal. You
exactly.
gotta.
Okay,
You
so like
gotta.
our mascot's going to be a mushroom, okay?
A mushroom. I would
A
have thought like
mushroom with
coconut,
a
bro. What?
face.
What?
Kokomono, the mushroom, and it's going to be a mushroom that says "I heart Kokomono." That's going to be like the logo, and we're going to have like that mushroom is going to be like kind of like the mascot. We're going to have a couple different versions of him to be our I don't know logo. I
Hmm.
guess not really a logo if it's changing, but
Okay.
be our guy, kind of like the Eddie head from Iron Maiden.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, right,
Okay.
right.
Okay. I see
Branded
this.
that way rather than just on the name Kokomono. But yeah, I've gotten that too. Like everybody's just like Kokomo or like that Beach Boy song Kokomo. I did not sing it right there, but I know.
DMCA on the podcast.
But yeah, everybody's just like, oh, I love like the Beach Boys, and I'm just like, yeah, it's not even close.
No.
That was not a concept
No.
when we came up with the name, but I understand the connection there.
It's a good connection. I gotta love it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not offended being talked about in the same sentence as the Beach Boys.
Unless they get
The Beach
canceled,
Boys
then,
are awesome.
then that's an issue.
Did they get canceled?
I don't know. At this point,
I
don't
don't think
know
so.
anymore,
I don't
bro.
know. I haven't heard about that.
I don't know anymore. No,
If they
I'd say
did, then
if
maybe
they
not.
did
But
or
like,
anything, or if at that point they do, I don't know.
yeah, hopefully not. Like,
Hopefully not,
you
but
can't have nice things though anymore. So
you can't. Even
no,
in this
can't
day
have
and age now.
heroes. No, no, those don't exist anymore.
Gosh. So, what do you think? Okay, music industry as a whole right now, with labels
Okay.
streaming and everything right now, like, What do you think about hearing that? Like, is it like a sour taste in your mouth, or do you think it's a good taste, or what do you think on the concept of the music industry as a whole?
Okay, so I have a little bit of a unique take here. So basically, in my opinion, you can't change how people value your music, right?
Okay.
Or how what people value music in general, not just yours, but just anybody's, right? No one's buying CDs, no one's buying vinyls, no one's doing any of that except for like collectible items, right?
Yeah.
So, and everybody was just torrenting them, like in 2000 with the whole Metallica and like whatever that
Maybe the
was.
odd person still torrenting. You never know.
Yeah, a person still torrenting. It's like, okay, whatever. No one like actually wants to pay for music anymore. That's just the market, right? You got to adapt. As a business person, you got to adapt, right?
Yeah, with the
So
branding. Yeah.
now there's like streaming. Yeah, you can make a little bit of money off streaming, and Spotify just lowered their royalties and stuff. But I don't even agree with the concept of copyright to begin with.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the just the whole thing because, in my opinion, music as a whole before this whole the capitalization of music,
Yeah.
um, it was all based off of playing each other's tunes. So every like in blues and in jazz, there's like standards, right? Everybody would play the standards. Everybody would play each other's tunes. Everybody would do cover each other and stuff, and it was just whatever. You make your money because you're the one playing. You're just the musician. You get paid to play, right? That kind of changed. You mostly with Elvis, where he started like stealing people's stuff and posing it as his he wrote the songs. And then moving forward, it was like, okay, now I own these songs, you own these songs, you can't copy me, I can't copy you type stuff.
Copyright
I think it's all
infringement.
bullshit. I think it takes away from like the whole vibe of what music is supposed to be, which is just having a good time. Like I like your song, I want to play your song live. What's the big deal, right? I want to take influences and stuff. It's like you can't sample a full song, but you can sample parts of a song, right?
You could kind of cover the song still. Like I
You
know
can you
bands
can
still.
cover
Yeah.
songs and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like we covered like 9 to 5, but we had to pay for that. And it's like you're going covering a song is just going to bring that the original artist more listens anyways and more
Hmm.
attention anyways. So it's like I don't understand the concept there. If someone wanted to cover our songs, I would be flattered. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be angry that they're covering our songs. I'd be like, hell yeah, that was awesome, right? I want to support them too.
Well, yeah,
That's
you get
awesome.
exposure and as
Yeah.
well as everything. Like everyone loves your music. It's like, oh yeah, different take on the music and the cover. Like
Yeah.
it's
It's
beneficial.
it's interesting. It's fun. Like that's the whole point of it. And like if they're making a couple bucks off it, like who the hell cares? It's just bringing more attention to you, right? The other thing is I think that most bands should be focusing more on just selling merch and selling ticket sales,
Oh, okay.
rather than trying to grab royalties and stuff.
Hmm.
Because especially at this stage, like I think we have sub 10,000 listens on like in total with all our songs on
Okay.
Spotify. I'm not entirely sure what the number is, but somewhere like in the 8 to 10,000
Hmm.
listens range overall time. And it's like I'm not going to get paid for that.
No. No.
Maybe like I don't know, a couple bucks, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
If
like
that.
they're not even going to bother going through the process of sending that to me, right? So and like what's that going to go to? Nothing. So we've always just focused on ticket sales and merch and making a brand that way. And that's what brings the listens. It's almost like basically as a band, your music is the advertisement
Yeah.
and your the way you make money is selling your t-shirts. You're
Yeah,
a t-shirt
t-shirts and merch.
business, right?
Yeah.
You're not a band, you're a t-shirt
Hmm.
business, but you use music to market your t-shirt business,
Well, yeah. Like,
right?
yeah, like that's the thing with a lot of these labels as well, going back into labels and that. Like,
Yeah.
I know a lot of these bands have even said, like, I know, what is it? Battleman's the one that I photographed them
Yeah.
like a year or two ago. They said most of their sales are from ticket sales and, of course, the merch and everything. But also, I
Yeah.
just found out recently, the past like year or two, the off chance of a label that you sign with
Yeah.
VIPs. They get full entire share of VIP tickets as well. Like I know
Okay.
against the Current, they do VIPs and everything. Their sales for VIPs go directly to the band, which is interesting
Okay.
too, which is new
Yeah.
concept that I didn't even know that was a thing. So
No, that's awesome.
that's that depends on the contract and where you go with that. But you
Yeah.
could go, it's mainly always the shows is where you get the most money for bands and how you
Yeah.
directly help the
Yeah,
band.
just focus on that. Oh, like,
Hmm.
Slipknot. Slipknot is pushing shirts and shirts and shirts and shirts. They made a whole brand where like celebrities like Justin Bieber, Kim Kardashian, all those guys are like wearing their shirts. And it's like, obviously you don't listen to Slipknot, but you're
Yeah.
out there wearing their merch, right? They're that successful with it, and they're one of the like most successful bands on the planet. Iron Maiden, same thing. The amount Kiss was the
Yes.
first band to really concept like
Same
have
thing
that
with
concept where
Nirvana and
just
that. Like, yeah.
mass merchandise, like
Hmm.
everything, Kiss everything, Beatles too. Like that's the kind of like that's how you make money in the
Yeah.
music business, in my opinion. The music is just for fun. That's
Well,
just for fun.
yeah. You just
That's
have
the
to.
passion part though for the musicians, but like and even like the even the fans, like that's like what people think the main focus is. Like to be successful and to be able to make this music on a large scale, it's all about the merchandise.
Gotta sell a good merchandise, and I hope this
Yeah.
new band has very good merchandise in store because this is getting
This new
merch.
brand, we got some crazy ideas. We got some crazy ideas
It
with it.
better. I'm gonna say it better, or this bloody name change is gonna happen the next year again, and then we're
Yeah.
gonna come back
We're going to rebrand again.
again after the 4 years with this name. Ooh.
Yeah. No, it's I think we got like 3 or 4 different merch ideas that we want to bring into fruition
Okay,
before our first show as Co Komono,
that'll be good. I'm
which
excited.
might have happened already by the time this came out, or might have
Who
not happened. We're not
knows?
entirely sure yet.
I'll discuss what the band when this comes out because I dropped this before it comes out. Then I'm gonna have some trouble here.
Yeah, we're keeping that under wraps for the most part. But like, if this isn't coming out till after December 10th, I'm pretty sure we're announcing it then, or we might be announcing it a little
Or
bit later.
yeah,
Not sure, but
we'll for sure get this set up
we'll
around
figure
that
something out.
time ish. We
Okay,
will try.
awesome.
Future
Awesome.
listeners, gotta love that. So of course you guys are independent of and that everything, but do you guys like? Do you think artists should be independent? You think, or should they go with a label? You think in this day and age?
I think it really depends on the band and the label, right? Because again, labels can screw you over, and
Yeah.
I like if anyone gets offer or anything, like go to a lawyer and talk to a lawyer.
If they
Like
can afford
spend
a
the money.
lawyer.
Well, yeah, that's the other
Yeah.
thing too. Um, yeah, if a label's coming at you with a bunch of stuff that you don't understand, like it's
Why sign?
scary, and you can sign and you can just get totally screwed over, and they'll just take all of your money and stuff. On the other hand, they could also be excuse me, a really good stepping stone in order to get known in like a broader scene rather than just the local scene, right?
Yeah.
But that can also happen independently. It really depends. It depends where your focus is
And
and
where you're
how good
located
you are
too.
at like networking and marketing and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're really good at networking and marketing, that's basically all the label is. That's what they're doing.
That's how it works and how you get signed and everything. And if you
Yeah.
have a good local scene as well, and then you have
Yeah.
promoters, and if it's all, of course, the networking. If it works, it works. If
Yeah.
it doesn't, it doesn't. Then
Yeah.
boom, boom,
And
boom.
like, I mean, I'm not the greatest networker. I do my best, but like, I'm not. Nick, the bass player, he's amazing at it. Everybody loves him for some reason. I don't understand why, but no, I love him too. But yeah, he's really good at that. He talks to everybody. He knows the scene so well. He knows all the everybody basically in the scene. And everybody knows Nick because he's just a nice guy to be around.
He thinks he knows everyone.
Thinks he knows everyone. Fair enough.
No. Like No, like I kind of know the scene as well. Well, at least the metal scene. I'm
Yeah,
trying to get
yeah,
more into like the hip hop scene, but also there's still the indie scene. More or less getting into as well. Like I'm getting more of this music scene here in the local scene, Winnipeg scene
we
here,
have
and
some
it's interesting.
yeah, we have some crazy music here. We have
Yeah,
some really good stuff.
yeah. I was just
Like,
talking to someone in LA basically, and they're like,
yeah,
"Oh yeah, we have a show basically every single day or every single weekend." I'm like, here in Winnipeg, it's just basically that at this point now. Like at least
yeah,
every single weekend, there's at least one show that you could check out if you wanted at this
yeah.
point.
Every weekend there's something going on.
Yeah, it's
Like the
crazy.
venues, we like the park. Like the park is so good. Like
Yeah.
having like such accessible bands come in. Like they got bands going on world tours but aren't big enough to play like the big stadiums and stuff. So
Yeah.
they got some crazy stuff, but they also have like local shows there. The Bulldog too, like keeps the local scene like running basically every
Mhm.
weekend. Like there's stuff happening at the Bulldog. You go down to the Bulldog and you always know that there's a band playing that weekend, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got the Handsome Daughter that has like same type of vibe, a little bit more of the Set in Stone bands already. Like usually you start out at the Bulldog, you kind of play the Handsome Daughter a little bit. Parks for like the big boys. If you
Kind of
get
big
invited
boys.
to play at the park, it's like super exciting type thing. We played a couple times at the park and it's always a blast.
Yeah,
They're so good there.
park is always my favorite venue just because it's
Yeah.
you get to meet the bands that are kind of little, but also to
Yeah.
yourself, it's like they're relatively big, but also you get to meet them too, and you get
Yeah,
to
exactly.
interact with
Like
them.
I've one of my favorite bands is called Revocation. They're like a tech death type band. And the guitar player David Davidson. I've seen him like I've met him in person like twice there at the park. I did like a whole like guitar lesson with him the first time he came around. Second time he came around, he's walking outside. He has a joint in his ear, right? Having a good time talking to fans and stuff. I met this on my 18th birthday. Actually, I was at the park, so I turned 18 there, and I saw the Black Dahlia murder, basically. And I saw
Ooh.
Trevor, the vocalist. I met him on my 18th birthday with a beer in my hand, and he said that I had the coolest shirt in the venue. And I was just like, yes, yes.
Yes, my
Like
man.
that's a memory I'm going to take to my grave, basically. Because if I don't know if you know the Black Dahlia murder at all, they're pretty big, like
Yeah,
death metal,
definitely.
like
Yeah, definitely.
deathcore band.
I'm not into
Um,
death metal. I know a little bit of the death metal scene a little bit,
yeah.
but I don't listen to it
Okay,
particularly,
fair
but
enough.
I
Yeah.
know kind of relatively. So when you mentioned his name and everything, I knew who it was, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So like, yeah, I got to meet him. Even there's some like weird stuff that happens at the park too. Like they had a showing of the room,
Yeah.
and Greg, what's Mark in the room? What's his
I
the actor's
forget
name?
his name.
Greg. I forget his last name.
I forget actors' names always.
I don't know. I met him though. I
Oh,
like
really?
he was there, so we like
Oh,
me and my buddies took a photo with him and everything. And he came out, did a Q&A with the crowd and stuff. Like there's some crazy stuff that happens at the park.
oh. I didn't
It's
even know
awesome.
that happened. Well, I
Yeah,
knew
that
the
happened
showing,
like a
but
couple weeks ago, I think.
oh,
Like maybe a
that's
month ago now.
oh shoot.
Oh yeah, that was a that was a crazy experience. If you know anything about like the cult movie scene, they have weird rituals that they do with each movie. So like the room, there's one painting in the room that looks like a spoon. So everybody brings plastic spoons, and whenever they see that painting, they throw those plastic spoons at the screen. So every once in a while, just everybody just sends a wave of plastic spoons in the air. It's the weirdest thing. It's the most nerdy thing in the world, but like it was a good time.
That'd be so funny just to see that. Oh yeah, we're throwing
Oh, it was
spoons
so
at us.
weird. I didn't know that when I went, and
Yeah.
because I'm not a
Oh
big
yeah.
movie guy, right? I'm not a big movie buff. I just, watch movies here and there.
Well yeah. I
Watching that with a crowd too, because people are heckling, they're like talking to the screen and stuff, like
that's bizarre.
totally different
That
experience
is
than theater.
bizarre. Huh.
Yeah.
Now I
is a
need to watch.
weird.
Now I need to go to see this with you now one of these days. That'll be fun.
Oh yeah, you gotta go to a showing of The Room somewhere.
Yeah.
It's an experience.
Dang. Uh, if you could have your listeners, I guess fans as well for the new band and everything, remember one thing about yourself, Derek. What would it be?
Um, I don't know. I just really want to be known as a cool guy that people like to hang out with. Really,
Yeah. Come
yeah.
on, there has to be something else, man.
I mean, I don't really take too much pride in my like guitar playing. Like of course I take pride in the music and stuff, but like I don't really want to make that my personality. I don't like I'm a very political guy too, so I guess there's that. But yeah, it's basically mostly just I want our fans to feel comfortable at our shows. I want them to enjoy the music. I want to be able to help them out in whichever way I can, whether it's being able to make music that they can listen to on their low days, right? To like boost them up on their high days and stuff like that. Just I want to be that guy where people are like comfortable
You're
with, and
you're that guy.
yeah,
You're that guy.
I want to be that guy.
Yeah, man. You could be that guy.
I could be. Hopefully.
Maybe you are that guy.
I'm hoping so. Yeah.
I love that. I love
I guess that's really it. I want to be the chill guy that plays in Co Komono.
that.
I can hang out with the fans.
I love that. And drink with them here and there. You
Yeah.
know. Have
Yeah, have a good time.
a good
Have a
time.
couple beers, enjoy life.
Exactly.
That's about it.
I love that.
That's what it's about.
Exactly. Promote a small artist or artist yourself that you've been getting into lately, Derek. You think? Lately.
Oh, I'm okay. So basically, the music I'm into right now are like weird shit. So, like, there's a band that like, called Bent Knee, but they're not like a small artist.
Ooh.
I mean, like, just everybody in the band in the local scene. Shout out to Low Life. They're fantastic. They're all like amazing musicians. Just starting out, I believe. Not like as a band, not like
Yeah.
in the scene. Like they've all been playing in bands, I believe. So they're starting out. They're playing with us on December 10th, or already played with us on December 10th, whenever this comes out. uh, Avenue 46. Again, they got a record or the EP out. Fantastic. Definitely listen to them. Brotherhood and Co. All playing with us on played or has played on December 10th again. So they're all fantastic. Anyone in the scene, Tuva, again, amazing musician. Come out to her shows and stuff, support, buy tickets, buy t-shirts, whatever you can do.
I love that. Well, Derek, shout yourself out. Shout out the band. What do you want the people? Tell the people. You have a couple seconds to tell people what you want.
Listen, we are now Co Komono. We have our mascot, the mushroom. I'm going to call the mushroom Coco, because I don't know what else to call it right now.
Oh, no.
That might change. Coco the mushroom. Yeah, we're going to create a brand around that. I hope you like it. Give us feedback. Tell us what you like, what you don't like, and we can go from there.
Yeah.
It's all about you guys, the fans.
Got all the fans. Shout out the fans.